and welcome back once again to Red Blur Gaming. Obviously, I am your host. Those of you that have subscribed and liked some of my videos and given them a watch, shorts included, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I feel privileged, and it is a great help, and it allows me to keep doing what I do. Those of you that haven't subscribed, who do enjoy my content, please feel free to subscribe. Don't forget, also giving that video a like, leaving a comment helps me get along. Today we are just working towards finishing our stealth suits. As you can see, we have one here who has had the ground basing done. So I need to really just get a black rim on that base. This is now complete, black rim done as well. So Farsight can actually click back into that base. And there we go. We have a completed Commander Farsight, model based and rimmed. So there's one model completely done for our army. We are pretty close here. Commander Shadow Sun has had some work done. Obviously, we've just got to put the snow stuff down, which we have here. And then, yeah, we can work on next. Again, we have a stealth suit here who's just got to have his bottom based and the dry brushing done on his black backpack, as a couple of these guys do. Making sure that the black is complete on everyone. I think we're actually all good. I think the black is done on all models. So yeah, it just means that we're going to start working on putting down some of this snow looking compound, which with a brush here will actually be pretty easy to do. Work it around. I do have some, there we go, some other a nice big section of this complete with one brush stroke, hopefully. Oh, look at that. Oh. Need to worry about the stuff on the base there, because it, that'll look like it is actually covered in some snow, so we can get a bit of snow across there. And look at that, pretty simple, pretty done, pretty smart, pretty fast. And a Shadow Sun's just got to be left to dry. We do have another model over here, which I have done the similar something to, and then attempted to dry brush. I might have to get a dry brush out and dry brush over some of those. But now we move on to like the next model, and again, we're not really worried about getting it on the feet because we've painted everything, dry brushing included, so some of these guys might actually be, as I said, fully complete. We're just trying to get, technically what we're trying to do, just a little bit, is hide where we've painted the model's feet while they're attached to the base, and allowed us to get some darkness on, or cause some darkness on that base. But there's another one down, and we've got to obviously let that dry. Here we go. We've had dry brushed feet, so we've got a couple of feet that are dry brushed that we can get another nice big blob of this stuff there. Getting it on the base is the main priority, and then just pushing it around as best we can to cover off where the darkness actually comes through from the paint. I don't actually think this is going to go as far as I was hoping for when I purchased the tub, because it's only small and we are getting through it rather quick. Another one done. We can move towards the next There we go, nice big lump of it there. The next base, and we'll just try and push it around without causing too much of an issue. Send it up on the front there. There we go. So we're just ticking off a few of these little guys. So that'll do, obviously. Now we can work on some of these drones, which is going to be more entertaining because we might not actually have to play as many drones as we were anticipating, given that they're really just tokens and markers and now classified as war gear with the way that the current generation of tower works with the codex and the rules for 10th edition. So quickly we'll just get these bases sorted out just quickly. There we go. One to go. Oi, way too much on the accidental. But then again, we don't have to be completely predictable in the way that the snow sits on the base. It can be all over the shop. Very thin, very thick in some places. But, as you can see, we've gotten through a few very quickly, been able to get a few of these bases down and done and sorted. We can actually work on, this is going to be an interesting one, this broadside here. Really having to make sure that we need to really get this plastered on. The ability to just quickly push that all around, get it where we need to. If we spin the model around and work on the back side of the model, as you can see, just getting this in and on. A little bit of, takes a little bit of effort to get this really where you want it to. Luckily I'm using a very cheap large brush just to help me move the snow diorama stuff around, and because we've already painted, we can actually use this as really pushing it into crevices. Our models are done, so it doesn't matter if we're getting it on the feet because it's going to give it a more realistic feel to show that they are actually walking in snow. But there we go. I'm going to clean this off. Find a how to clean the lot of cleaning got to be done there. But that's that for the time being is a few models based with some snow. We're going to go into as I said, the guy that's done, I'm just going to get some Abaddon black out. And we're going to run around the rim of his base. We'll just wet our brush. And as you can see, this is going to take a couple of coats, but that's perfectly fine. We're just going to run as per normal, what everyone does. Well, not everyone. A lot of people paint different coloured rims. I prefer black ones. I don't know why. I guess it does break up between the base you have designed and the table you are playing on. So it does allow for a bit of difference. One down, painted quickly. Oh, sometimes too quick can be too quick, but again, another model sorted out. So that is some quick painting there of those guys. But what we will do is we're just going to sit a few bits and pieces back out of the way for the time being. We've got another Cadre Fireblade coming in the mail. Let's get these guys sorted out to be dried off. And we work on, well, we might actually have a few backpacks to work on rather than just a couple, but what we're doing now is we're actually going to, those two guys that are there in front of you, which haven't been touched, I'm just going to find my dry brush palette. There it is. Dry brush. We're just going to test to make sure we're not overly crazy, and we're just going to work on a few areas. Bang. And then there we go. We worked on dry brushing the model. One down. Hopefully we have enough in the... We do, look at this. And then we can move the model around. Really work on the dry brush here of the feet, which we are getting through rather quickly. Just going to have to make sure that this is sorted. There we go. That's two down. Gentleman here, I think his backpack's done, so that's at least easy. Backpack here, we'll just again get that backpack dry brushed there. Again, we are doing the same thing here, just allowing for some break between that. Just straight black, the white combination mixed in with, obviously trying to make give this thing some kind of metallic look on certain sections. We're going to do more of the silver. I do just, there we go. Done. Quick dry brushing, a little bit of painting. And we're going to call that one for today. And short and sharp video. As I said, if you like what we do, you enjoy listening to my random shenanigans. As you can see there, we got a bit of basing done over a few models. We've got most of our 6 of our stealth suits are pretty complete. We're going to have to go in with the extra coats on the bases to give the black rim, but we do have a few complete models, and we're looking closer to having, you know, more of a complete army. So don't forget, like, subscribe, leave comments, tell us what you want to see. Let me know how I'm tracking, how I'm going, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.